first card I want to talk about today was an eBay purchase that cost somewhere around $20 shipped. It is a 2004-2005 Bowman Chrome Refractor of Reggie Miller, numbered to 300. I mentioned a couple weeks ago that, I never really got much into Bowman Chrome because it always felt like one of the lesser chromium brands to me, but, looking back, I probably should have paid more attention. There are some components of Bowman Chrome that differentiate it from Topps Chrome that maybe I didn't appreciate as much as I should have. And one reason I've kind of stayed away from this particular Reggie card in the past, and even the gold version, is because it features a photo of Reggie dunking. And that's not really how I want to remember Reggie, save for maybe the playoff dunk against the Nets. That one was pretty clutch. It's funny, a couple days after I bought this card, Reggie was on the Dan Patrick Show, as he is every week, and they talked a little bit about dunking. And Reggie mentioned the Nets dunk and said that was probably his last dunk, where he also said, that he should have dunked against Tayshaun in the Eastern Conference Finals, but he didn't have enough left in the tank by that point. Pain. Now, apparently the Nets dunk wasn't his last one, though, because there's this shot of him dunking at some point in 2004. It's on this Bowman Chrome card. I did a little digging, and the picture's actually from a 2004 playoff game against Boston. At first, I hated this photo because it was a shot of a dunk, but doing this refractor project has forced me to form a second opinion about some of these. Now, continuing the trend of cards that are a little more limited than others, the second eBay purchase I got in this week was a 2012-2013 Prism Silver of George Hill. And I didn't mention this in my previous episode, but the estimated print run on these is somewhere around 180. And there are people that have used pack odds and box breaks to sort of reverse engineer these boxes and calculate how many greens and silvers are out there. That makes this one of the rarer cards that I'm chasing down. There were a couple that I was watching on ComC, and then this one showed up on eBay with the chance to make an offer. After a little back and forth, I was able to get it for around $10 shipped, and I figured, if I saw this at a show for that price, I would have pounced on it. So that was a pretty good deal. And it also brings me one step closer to finishing the 2012 Prism Silver set for the Pacers. I think I'm missing two now, Miles Plumlee and Paul George. Now, Plumlee is not all that hard to come by. I think there's been a couple out there, or maybe there's even a couple out there right now. I guess I'm just holding out for a cheaper copy. And the same goes for Paul George. I keep seeing PSA 10s and SGC 10s for him. I don't need one that's graded. It's going in a binder. So, I really don't want to buy a 10 and pay that premium and then crack it out and put it in the binder. I know there are people out there that would probably enjoy that 10 as is. So, if you have a cheaper Paul George that you're looking to move, feel free to message me and hopefully we can work out some sort of transaction. And speaking of transactions, that's exactly what happened with the last two cards I'm going to talk about today. Shortly after my Refractor Binder episode aired, a listener of the show named Alan reached out to me on my YouTube channel and said that he had 96-97 Topps Chrome refractors of Rick Smits and Mark Jackson. So we started emailing back and forth, and he shared with me that the Collector Classified segments inspired him to go look at the Chrome refractors he bought 20 years ago. I guess he had started the set and he never finished them. And like all of us, he had taken a break from the hobby. So he's back now. He also mentioned, he said he had kept them out of direct sunlight. He's kept them in good environments, so they hadn't greened much at all. And he sent me pictures, and they hadn't. So that was a pleasant surprise because some of the, I've said it many times, the Rick Smith refractors can be rough. So Alan offered me a fair price, but he also mentioned that he had never traded before as an adult, and he wanted to do so at one point. So, I figured, hey, what better time than now? So I asked for a list of players he collected. One of them was Allen Iverson, and I just so happened to still have some cards of him from that Starbucks purchase I talked about a long time ago. And he remembered that episode, so, that was kind of fun, too, for both of us to reminisce on that. But I gave him a couple options for my Iverson cards, and we worked out a deal. So thanks again, Alan. That was a lot of fun. And for everyone listening, let this be a reminder that whatever actions you're taking in the hobby right now, whatever deals you're making, whatever relationships you're forming, there's a good chance they'll move you closer to your hobby goals. And that includes goals that have already been stated, and then maybe goals that will be created in the future. Because think about it. I had zero plans for a Pacers refractor binder back when I made that Starbucks deal. But here we are.